Ladies and gentlemen, are you enjoying your dinner, sir? Yes, you are. And who's enjoying the heat? Show of hands? Nah. But you got a couple of Thomians in one room. What do you expect, right? Ladies? All right, come on. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary, and E is even more than anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. In love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary, and E is even more than anyone that you adore, boys. Love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. In love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. Oh yeah. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. You know what they say, life is a cabaret. But no one said it better than Liza Minnelli. Going back to the good old days, ladies and gentlemen. What good is sitting all alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book and the broom. It's time for a holiday. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine. Come hear the band. Come blow your heart. Start celebrating. Right this way, your table's waiting. What good's admitting some prophet of doom to wipe every smile away? Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. I used to have this girlfriend known as Elsie. You know the story. With whom I shared sordid rooms in Chelsea. She wasn't what you call a blushing flower, oh no. As a matter of fact, she rented by the hour. The day she died, the neighbors came to snicker. Well, that's what comes from too much pills and liquor. And when I saw her laid on like a queen, she was the happiest corpse I'd ever seen. And And to this very day, I think of her. I remember how she smiled and she said, now listen, what good is sitting all alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. And as for me, I make my mind up back in Chelsea. When I go, I'm going like Kelsey. Start by admitting from cradle to tomb, you know, it isn't that long a stay. Life is a cabaret, old chum. It's only a cabaret, old chum. And I love a cabaret. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your dinner.
In size and style to a sprawling colonial palace. At the hotel, you can indulge yourself by using our many elegant and tastefully designed facilities. Tucked away within the colonial grandeur of Mount Lavinia Hotel is one of Colombo's best watering holes with its own intimate pool. Mount Lavinia Hotel is one of the oldest and most important surviving colonial buildings in Sri Lanka. It is one of the few remaining buildings that bear a testimony to the legacy left by the British during their period of rule. In 1806, Sir Thomas Maitland, governor of Ceylon, defied the norms of society when Lovina Aponsua captured his heart. He built a magnificent edifice to celebrate their romance, the Mount Lavinia Mansion. Today, their magic continues to live on within the walls of Mount Lavinia Hotel, celebrating over 200 years of history and a lifetime of new memories.
We say to the Mount Lavinia Hotel, who have delivered admirably thus far, and no doubt will continue to do that. There is no branch of St. Thomas's at the Maldives, so we thought we'd let that fade delightfully. Thank you very much again to Monique. And now, we would like to invite your attention. A word or two or more will be spoken, and a little more added to the words spoken by Warden Zoisel. We will invite him to his lecture.
Your Lordship, Mrs. Kanagasabe, distinguished members of the board, distinguished old boys, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow Thomians. I am humbled and honored and certainly very proud to be the Warden of St. Thomas's, not because of anything, but because of the people that peoples the idea of St. Thomas's. So, we are not just a school. I understand that I'm in charge of the daily running of the school, but in the large scheme of things, I should loom rather insignificant relative to the spirit of the school that is held by the boys of the school who've been here and are out there in the real world, who come back like this at these galas to support us and to take the spirit of St. Thomas's forward. The school itself would be nothing without you, and I certainly don't count myself as warden as part of it, but I am just proud to be part of this family that you represent. So I don't have a lot of time. The organizing committee told me that you have a little bit of time. We'll give you 15 minutes to speak to us as well as make a presentation, but the presentation probably takes 20 minutes, so there's a subtle message there, basically to tell me to shut up and get to the business for why we are here. So the business of why we are here is the commerce block. And one of the most pressing problems that I face as warden is to be responsible about what I think are national treasures in terms of our old buildings, which are illuminated out there for you in all their glory. And this is a huge responsibility beyond the education of our children. And so one of the greatest and most pressing problems I face is the problem of space. Because if we are to preserve these national treasures, perhaps even global treasures, we have to create the space in which we can also grow as well as be able to preserve these iconic buildings for future generations, and certainly for what St. Thomas's, the school by the sea, is known for. So we have to grow. We need classroom space to create the programs that will enrich our boys and allow us to join the next generation of Sri Lankans. And so a commerce building is the first idea, but this grows into what has become now, what our architect is going to show to you in a little while, the idea of a senior quadrangle. We do have a hallowed quadrangle, but we have a quadrangle in the middle school, but we don't have something called a senior quadrangle, and you will see this in terms of the images and what is proposed. But before I give the floor to our architect, Mr. Ashley DeVos, who has given freely of his time, I want to say a very big thank you to the committee that's put this gala together. I can't ask for a better secretary of the OBA than Mr. Dilshan Jayasuriya. I can't ask for a better vice president than Mr. Renganathan. I'm sorry, we might have to clap at the end because I know I'm using up all my time. I can't ask for a better exco than this OBA. I haven't been around in the last 25 years, but all I heard was the problems that I may face as warden by the old boys. I say hogwash. It's exactly the opposite. The collective membership of our old boys, I cannot think exists anywhere else in the world. And I think it's on display very clearly for all of us here today. So before I call Ashley up here to make the presentation of the buildings and the proposed buildings, I also want to thank a few people who've helped me along the way. Mr. Dinesh Mendis in particular, the Jnanam brothers, Mr. Arul Jnanam is here with us today, but all three of them have been very helpful in trying to think through this. And so, so thank you very much. I think this is going to be a reality. I don't think it's wise for a warden to guarantee anything, knowing what perils that he might fall into. I can't guarantee that we are going to win the next Royal Thomaian. I can't guarantee that we are going to beat Trinity and Royal next year in rugby, but there's one thing I can guarantee. Barring any major catastrophe, the next gala dinner is going to be here in the college premises. Esko Perpetua.
Your Honor, the Bishop, Mrs. Kanakasape, Warden Sir, Board of Governors, Mr. Sam Vijayasinghe, distinguished Thomaians and their wives, ladies and gentlemen, what we're trying to present here is one of the proposals that would come out eventually. College needs actually 3 quadrangles. We need a junior quadrangle, we need a middle school quadrangle, and a senior quadrangle. So basically, what I'm going to present to you today is in fact the senior quadrangle.